is that once we try to create a plan, be it a plantation plant, be it say construction of certain tourist resorts, etc., one must take into consideration primarily the environmentalists, the botanists and naturalists who can give us a guideline as to what parameters we should follow. I'll just again quote one example. In Gulmarg, 5 years back, a 5-star hotel was constructed. At the time of construction, we saw ourselves, we were there. They chopped off 50 conifers. Chopped off 50 conifers and constructed a 5-star hotel. Then we visited after 2 years, after the hotel was run. Around that, they had chopped up another 50 conifers. Now visualize what is happening. Government is allowing them to construct those hotels, and that hotel construction is in turn facilitating destruction of whatever natural wealth we had inherited. We had not planted those conifers, it was a natural heritage, and we are allowing them to destroy that. And automatically, once such hotel is constructed, gradually one more hotel, one more restaurant, one more park will be constructed, and that park will in turn also destroy. About a couple of years back, Anzar and me along with our scholars, we visited Tajwas Glacier. And we were so surprised that government had constructed a path to that area. The question here is, what is the need of constructing a path in a natural wild habitat? Because ordinarily, if you keep it as wild as it is more beautiful as compared to once we construct a road. Construction of road is destruction of a huge wealth of herbs, shrubs, microbes, etc., which are lying in that soil. We block those. And this construction continues. Government claims we have uplifted the tourist resorts, but we actually oppose that, because construction of that type is destroying the habitats where wonderful natural wealth was existing. In terms of plants, in terms of animals, in terms of microbes, birds, we are destroying that. But that phenomenon is not recognized by the government as such. We have actually righted it to the concerned quarters that this should not be done, despite that they do it. I'll compare that with what I have seen in Uttaranchal, Himachal. If we visit a forest, at the time of entry, we cross-check whether we carry with us something. And once we come back, we again check whether we carry with us something or not. Because they want that we should only visit, assess, analyze, document and come back empty-handed. But do you see such set of these rules followed in Kashmir? No. When we look at the invasions, in that obviously not only it can be a natural sort of carrier, like it can be a bird, it can be a high velocity wind, it can be sometimes animals, etc. But we are also carriers. Mr. Akhtar will bear me out. Once we visited Ladakh a few years back, wherever we stopped, wherever we stopped for having a cup of tea or have a sit there for some time for resting purposes, we found that those areas were depicting growth of those plants which are not reported in Ladakh. Automatically, perhaps travelers, they might have stopped there, they might have carried them with them, and the seeds, other propagules were dropped, and they in turn gave rise to small populations. And once we visited again a couple of years back, in those areas, we found that even though we had reported just a few plants, now we see huge communities established of those plants which are unreported, unknown in those areas. Reflecting again that it can be sometimes a natural calamity or natural carrier like, say, wind, water, birds, animals, etc. Or it sometimes can be we people also. We can in turn also carry this. But here important is that we should assess what are the impacts of these. We should assess what could be our role, not only to document the invasion as a whole, but also try to see what could be preventive and protective measures for that. Because if we only assess, that is simply a documentation of what is the number or the habitat variability in these. But important is, what are the preventive measures that can be actually recommended so that these invasive species or other such factors are not destroying what we have inherited.